arrive. Hop, on est parti pour la suite. Que je vais couper les musiques déjà. C'est un bon début, je sais pas ce que vous en pensez. Par contre, il faudrait que je fasse gaffe, je suis pas sûr que le jeu ait pris en compte le câble virtuel, donc vous allez peut-être pas avoir le son au début, en tout cas. Faire en sorte de changer ça vite. Non, ça va. Allez, go.
Where is the bookseller?
Bon. Déjà, il y a du sang partout, le carreau est pété.
An old
Tout va
diary.
bien. D'accord. Bon, j'imagine que c'est Cthulhu. Du coup... c'était bien sans poursuivre. Ouais. Mouais.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
Ouais. Il n'y a rien d'autre à lire, j'imagine. Enfin, faut... Voilà. Évitera de gaspiller de l'huile. Pour de la merde. Il y a un crâne. Il y a deux crânes. C'est intéressant. Hein. C'est inquiétant aussi, mais bon. Touche à tout. Observez 50 objets. Les... Oui, je lis tout. Voilà. Alors... bon... Où est-ce qu'il
What
est,
happened here?
derrière? Casse les yeux. À chaque
Let's
fois,
start
ça me
over.
fait la même chose. Hein. C'est
Where
terrible.
did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work. Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
Pieds nus. Ça, c'est pas bon signe pour un...
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy. What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What killed all these animals? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
What the fuck? Aïe.
Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Et des frissons. Putain, c'est l'ambiance de ce jeu. Ouais, non. J'ai pas de mot de passe encore. Alors.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills? What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
2053. Si un mot de passe. C'est toujours ici, je suis là. Alors. Sur l'anatomie, ça augmente la médecine.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Sur dans ce plan-là. Câble. Alors. Arrêtez de mon coffre avec l'indice de ce qui pouvait être trouvé dans 3 cylindres, tous cachés là où la vie et les études se croisent dans le monde grec. Et c'est une bonne question. Aïe aïe aïe. Aïe 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 aïe. Une énigme. Comment ça fait pour plaisir. Alchimie. Certainement par là.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
Aïe 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 aïe. Oui.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
4, 8.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
4, 8, 6.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection?
Donc attends, on a
Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions.
3.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions.
9.
Never heard of him.
Enfin, il se répète beaucoup. Il s'est beaucoup répété, je trouve. Archéologie. Linguistique. Théologie, mythologie. Biologie, mythologie. J'ai déjà vu ce livre. Ah bah non, je l'avais pas vu. De toute évidence, je l'avais pas vu. Oui. Bon.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Pour ça, faut que je trouve un truc pour les... Ah bah voilà. C'est quoi là?
And these red rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Si c'est ça l'indice, c'est extrêmement, comment dire, bien caché. Il a été subtil.
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Donc attends, alors, on a dit
What did Drake say about this collection?
le 3.
Drake talked about a particular
Il y a le 1,
volume.
2, 3.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular
Ta
volume.
gueule.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did
1, 2,
Drake
3,
say about this
6.
collection? Drake talked about a particular volume.
8.
So these are the volumes that Drake was
1, 2,
talking
3,
about in
4.
his message.
3, 4.
What did Drake say about this collection?
8. Alors attends, 1, 2, 3, 4. 8.
Drake talked about a particular
6.
volume.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So these are the volumes
1,
that
2,
Drake
3,
was
4.
talking about in his message.
7, 8 et 9. Azatos et autre horreur. Et du coup, j'en fais quoi ça? Enfin, c'est encore s'il en manquait 3, j'aurais bien voulu, mais là je suis trop con. Je suis beaucoup trop con pour ce genre d'énigme. C'est... Bordel de merde, je comprends pas. Attends, je vais retourner l'écouter.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Il doit y avoir un truc marqué sur un des bouquins.
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume.
Oui, non, mais c'est
So
bien, mais il n'y a
these
rien
are
de
the
marqué.
volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Il me saoule. Il me saoule, sérieusement, ferme ta
What
gueule.
did Drake say about this collection?
Mais ta gueule, pourquoi il est...
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Vite. Il reste des indices à trouver, ça c'est... J'ai toujours l'icône verte, donc... Qu'est-ce que...
What a strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
Alors, qu'est-ce que... C'est énorme. Ça m'avance pas du tout par contre. Ah, putain, faut que je
What
reprenne
did
des
Drake
notes,
say
ta
about this collection?
gueule. J'ai aucune idée de ce qu'il faut faire, c'est terrible. Ah, ça me saoule. Ça va être bien hein, de rien comprendre comme ça. Parce que là, enfin, il me parle du numéro 9, mais c'est... Parce qu'en gros, là, il y en a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Donc il en manque un. Qui est en réalité là-haut. Mais je peux pas le lire.
Drake talked about a particular volume.
Oui, je peux pas le lire.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his
putain.
message.
Qu'est-ce que... À partir du moment où je peux pas l'ouvrir, qu'est-ce que tu veux que je fasse? C'est... Ça me saoule, mais je vais aller regarder sur Google, hein, parce que... Call of Cthulhu. Alors, attends. J'ai pas dû entendre la même chose que les gens. Il y a des génies, hein, mais pas moi. Les énigmes et moi, c'est... Non. J'ai jamais marché. Donc attends.
And these red rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine
Oh,
gold.
sérieux?
To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers.
Putain, d'accord.
I see our numbers dwindling. and my will strengthens
Je
as my
pue.
apprehensions.
The chalice of knowledge.
3, 4... Ok. Attends, on va repartir de là. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Il y en a 5.
Rose, we shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
The queen has little protection.
3, 5, 3, 9. Putain. Me jugez pas. Putain, tellement con. Aïe 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 aïe. What the fuck? Ouais, intéressant. Bon, enfin, moi j'aurais refermé le bouquin très vite. Mais bon. Où serait le drama si on l'avait refermé très vite? C'est la question que je vous pose.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky.
C'est dégueulasse.
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations, and this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most
Je vous présente le
influential
docteur fils de
voices.
pute.
My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Aïe, 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 aïe.
Of course, Doctor.
Je sais pas si j'ai bien
You
fait
can
la...
count on me. I'll keep
lui faire
going.
confiance. Je pense que j'ai pas bien fait de lui faire confiance.
An
Aïe.
unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
Qui c'est? T'es bien chié, mon con, hein? Ah, terrible.
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
Mais... c'est peut-être pour ça que tout le monde utilise des somnifères. Ah non, faut se cacher dans des
This
armoires.
place draws you in and never lets you go.
Aïe 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 aïe.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Ok. C'est de moi que tu parles là? Je pense.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Non bah ça va, pareil devant moi.
You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale. We're lacking in qualified personnel, and she knows it. Her petty punishments won't last forever.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson. I'll hold my tongue next time.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor. Everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth, thank you. I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
Aïe 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 aïe.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and...
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doc.
Mais... Putain. Oh là là. Je sais que c'est une putain psychiatrique, mais quand même. Ça fait flipper. Les méthodes de cette époque. J'espère que ça a un minimum changé, hein, aujourd'hui. Parce que putain... Aïe 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 aïe. Mais bon, on confirme le rendez-vous, c'est gentil. C'est fort aimable et lui. Ouais. Pas l'air d'avoir grand chose d'intéressant à trouver.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do. Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Quelle pute. Incroyable ça. Aïe 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 aïe.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Dieu sait ce qu'ils ont dû lui faire pour l'opérer. bonne lobotomie à l'ancienne.
The boiler room key is not in its place. The boiler room key is not in its place.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I'll see to it right away.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
Oh. What state is he in now?
You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
C'est énorme. Les bouchers
This man,
du coin.
Edward Pierce. His file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Ça ne respecte pas la procédure standard. Du peu que j'ai vu de cet hosto, y a rien qui respecte la procédure standard, bordel. Merci Fatman Leg, thank you.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Les insomniaques qui finissent à l'hosto ici, c'est... C'est comment... Oh, une clé.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait. She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney. He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back.
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
Doctor, please. My chest.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
Ouais. Ouais, bon. Bon. Je sais pas. Je sais pas ce que ça change d'avoir fait ça. Lui, il est en train de crever, il se transforme en poulpe.
Oh, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan?
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer...
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh, well. At least we won't have to clean for a while.
C'est beau le soutien quand même.
See the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show.
Il doit bien y avoir moyen de détourner son attention de notre connasse sans pourrir l'infirmière, ça m'arrangerait.
doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high. We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, but Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment.
Ouais.
We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Oui. Et donc... donc si. Toujours fermé avec clé, ça?
The operating room is never
Oui.
accessible after an operation.
Il y a quoi ici?
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory. Please. The fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
Ouais, non mais si je rentre à côté de toi, ça va pas t'interrompre non plus, connaître.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh, there's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Et du coup, il se rassit.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
Mais flemme de finir ta phrase? Je comprends. Je comprends.
Dr.
Je parle à
Colden,
toi
do you want something?
de foutre un énorme coup de tête dans ta gueule.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Eh ben. Eh ben, eh ben, eh ben. C'est pas elle. Elle a envie. C'est déjà ça, non? Je sais pas. Aïe, 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 aïe. Cuisine, j'ai faim.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Ouais. Et donc, il n'y a rien à faire ici. Bon bah, je vais pas avoir le choix. T'es obligé d'aller couper l'eau.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up.
Et je vais être obligé d'aller couper l'eau. Boiler room. Et you. Oh, c'est immonde quoi.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Et ceux qui appartiennent, ils ne vont pas. C'est rien passé. Pas de quoi vous parler. Je ne faisais rien d'intéressant. Mais il est mort lui ou... Je sais pas ce comment. Attendez. Si, ah si, il y a encore un truc qu'il fallait que je vois. Le mec qui ont remonté. Je l'ai pas vu lui. Clé molette. Attends, s'il y a un truc que je dois pouvoir trouver. Encore, c'est le mec en question qui a été remonté, mais je... Lui, il est possédé. Il est possédé. J'ai déjà vu là, non? Je sais même pas. Oui, je crois. J'en sais rien en fait. Je crois, oui, j'ai déjà ouvert ces tiroirs. Bon, on va aller arrêter de tourner autour du pot, je vais être obligé de faire en sorte que l'autre se fasse engueuler. C'est là, ça fume des longues clopes. Alors...
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Alors, elle se ramène. Il y avait autre chose à faire. Frère, je t'ouvre même la porte.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
Oh.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
Ah, la pauvre, putain, c'est la reine des putes, là, de Novan. Et je l'envoie à l'abattoir. Par où elle passe?
Mrs. Donovan?
I'm busy. Elizabeth, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here.
Alors, vite.
The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
Nick. Rien, quoi.
Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle.
Oh putain, j'aime pas ce genre de truc.
I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
Conclusions, session number 17. Patient, Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Why is Ethan on medication?
Je sais pas trop ce que je dois faire là pour être honnête. Parce que cette fois c'était assez évident que là j'en ai aucune idée. Qu'est-ce que je suis censé foutre maintenant? Ah.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
Je sens qu'il va falloir que je me
I
prenne dans
must go
l'armoire.
back to the basement.
Aïe aïe aïe. Aïe 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 aïe. Bon. Je le sens pas du tout. C'est glauque à souhait, quoi. C'est... Ah, nice. Excellent.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Fuck.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
Oui. S'il vous plaît. Allô?
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Necronomicon. Ah, shit.
She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Ok. Énorme. On est sur des bons gros délires dans ce jeu quand même. C'est... J'aime beaucoup. J'aime beaucoup, comme dans ce jeu de fou, dans son univers.